Welcome, my loves, to the first and not the last podcast episode. It is the initiation season for us, stepping into and expanding the unsilenced woman and all that we are about. My name is Danielle, and I'm founder, visionary, leader, leading eyes and heart behind the Unsilenced Woman. And we're a movement, we're a community. We are creating an archetype of woman who is unsilenced. And we are taking women from silencing and suppression and numbness and disconnection into their most unsilenced and expressed selves. And we do our work through nervous system, body work, somatic healing. It is all working from the bottom up and reconnecting women to ultimately their truest desires and their truth that always lives below the surface. But we unfortunately have just grown up in a society and in a world that has disconnected us from our truth. So that's what we're here, and that's what we're here to do. I'm here today with the one and only Jade Fizzle. Jade Dog.
What up?
Sup, Jade Dog?
Oh, fuck.
Jazz, tell me, what do I want to know? Tell me who you are. Tell me what you know what? Tell me what you stand for.
This needs a moment. This is a big question.
And you know
it's
what?
Not
It deserves
actually
a moment.
Surface level crappy answer.
Like, who are you on the outside? Fuck that. Who are you on the inside, and what do you stand for in this world?
I think there is like a huge amount of alignment between what you're creating here and what I stand for. So I've come from a very loud young girl, but not loud from a place of safety, to being extremely silenced, shrinking myself massively, all while not realizing that was what was happening, thinking that I was speaking my truth, thinking that I was acknowledging my rage and my feelings. And yeah, there's just so much societal conditioning and crap and expectations that are put on women to be pleasant and pleasing and quiet and helpful, regardless of our needs. So I think what I stand for is helping women to really understand what being silenced looks like, and on the flip side of that, how to step into their power and become unsilenced, become loud and proud, and actually really speak their truth and actually really show their rage. Because, as you know, that has been life-changing for me.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. And I guess that takes us into our theme and topic that we want to talk about today, because we're both in a really big era, individually, together, collectively. Like, we're in really what we have talked about is we're really stepping into our villain era, and it's really fucking exciting. It's really confronting at the same time, but it's also really, really exciting. So yeah, I guess I'd love to know a little bit about, kind of just where you're at, and I'll share mine as well, but like just where you're at in your journey and what potentially has been some of like the biggest blocks and struggles for you, in coming from where you were and who you were to where you are now and the woman that you're stepping into.
I feel like there's been like a really long, slow journey, and then in the last, I would just say even like the last few months, it's been like rapid change has been initiated in my life, and it's been uncomfortable as fuck. I had a very close friend who's been prodding me for months, being like, doesn't that annoy you why are you angry at that? Are you going to say anything about that? And I'm just there like, cool as a cucumber, like, no, I'm so unbothered, like, no, don't really care, that's their opinion, whatever, it doesn't affect me. I think I put so much work into healing my triggers that I think I got to the point where I thought I was like almost untriggerable, like I was just so unbothered by anything. But then a few things started to happen. Things started to bother me again, and then you appeared in my life.
I'm like the little gremlin that just comes into people's lives and fucks shit up in the best way.
Totally. Yeah. And you opened up this space for me to practice rage release in a much bigger, more powerful way than I had done in the past. I've always been an advocate for women acknowledging that they have rage, even allowing themselves to feel it and process it. However, the processing of the rage for me had not been this big or this loud until I was in your space. And fuck, like I realised there was so much rage still inside my body, and like rightly so with the things that I experienced in my lifetime. I had no idea how repressed it was. And moving that through my body, you know, it's becoming a regular practice now, which I intend to uphold, has created a space for me to also access other emotions like sadness, hurt, grief, those sorts of things as well. And it's just given me like my fire back. My spiciness has up-leveled a bit. And I find myself now in a position where I have a lot more to say about things. I'm not gonna just let things wash over my back without speaking up or being bothered. Like I actually have a right to be bothered. And yeah, I'm here and I'm fucking on fire.
She's stepping into the ring, ladies and gentlemen.
This time. It's about fucking
She's
time.
fucking back. So good. I'm curious about like, because obviously you've been in this space for a little while.
Yes.
Right? And like, so you've been in spaces where you've had the opportunity for release, for emotional release. And I can assume anger and rage release as well. And I'm curious about what you feel like the difference was between when you had been in those processes previously and then to what you have experienced recently in Unsilenced Saturdays.
Yeah.
Because there's, even though on the surface it can potentially be the same practice.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm curious about what is like underneath and internal. What do you feel like was different, and where do you feel potentially, where do you, and I'll speak about my experience in a moment, but like where do you feel like that rage and anger was actually coming from, being fed from then compared to now? Yeah,
okay. I think there's a few things at play. So speaking into like my past experiences of releasing and processing anger, the first time I had the experience to do this, I was really, really fresh into the world of personal development, and I don't think at the time I was actually able to even intellectualize the process that I'd been through and understand it. So it never really landed in my body.
Okay. Like why you were doing the release?
Yeah, what was the purpose? What was it going to do for me? Like I was just following an instruction basically, rather than really like embodying it and feeling it and understanding it.
Yeah. Okay.
Since then, I've gone on to have my own rage release practice, but I feel like there was still like the shitty voice in my head. There was still expectations. Like I didn't want to be even too loud doing a rage release in my own home in case I upset my neighbours or in case someone called the police. So I was overthinking it. I wasn't actually just being present in the moment. So it was kind of like a watered down version of what I needed to be doing. Yeah. And then I think with Unsilenced Saturdays it's a purposeful place that's created for me to do that, and the expectation is there that I will be loud and big. So there's that straight away. I think there was the process of me witnessing you and how big you allowed yours to be. It was like the permission slip for me to do the same. And also just me being at a point in my life where, rather than succumbing to expectations and conditioning and crap like that, because I wanted to not do it when I stood in front of the punch bag. Like I definitely didn't want to use my voice, and I knew that was the thing I needed to push myself on. And I was able to actually just have a fucking word with myself in the moment and just allow myself to go there finally. And it, like, you know, I've been suffering with insomnia for 6 years. Like, haven't been able to sleep without meds. Most of the time I take my meds and I still sleep shit anyway. I have since slept without meds. So pretty impactful for me. Yeah.
So what story do you think that release, specifically that one, because this was such a profound moment, right? So like, what story do you think that specific release helped dissolve? Because that's the thing that keeps you up at night, right? Like when you're so stuck in your head, when we're so stuck in our head and there's like a loop of thought going round and round and round, usually it's fed by an emotion, it's fed by a feeling being unfelt. So I'm curious, and then that creates the story, right? That loops in our head. So I'm curious about, and if you've had that drop in yet of what that story was that it started to dissolve for you, which then allowed you to be able to rest.
Yeah. I think since an incident when I was 14 that basically involved like domestic and family violence, I haven't been able to, and I haven't even allowed myself to actually just feel safe in any aspect. Like I would always have to find something to worry about. And that first release, so much of that anger was about that event that happened when I was 14. So it's been sitting in my body for like, over 20 years. Right?
Such a long time.
23 years.
Compacted by everything
else that happened after that further affirmed that I wasn't safe. I should never speak up. Men aren't safe. Like, almost to the point where it's like, it was so big, it was like almost like I didn't have the right to feel safe. Like, who the fuck am I to ask for that? So yeah, my mind would just be on overdrive. I'd be looking for things to worry about all the fucking time, even when shit was good. Still couldn't sleep. Yeah. And it would be like trying to get to sleep, not being able to, and then I'd be fucking angry about that.
Yeah.
I wasn't the sort of person that would get up in the middle of the night and go and do something anyway, just because I'm awake. I'd just lie there fucking pissed off that I wasn't asleep.
Pissed off that you pissed off that you fucking pissed off and pissed off and pissed off and pissed off. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. So this feeling like it's not about holding that shit in anymore. Yeah.
Totally. To be really honest, because I didn't triple check that I was recording. So we just stopped to make sure that we were recording and just checked it. But anyway,
little panic break.
Welcome to the realness, and unfiltered, unedited, a little bit edited, not too much, of who we are and what we're doing. Okay, so we were chatting about your experience with your insomnia and having that release, and your experience when you were 14, and how it has helped to dissolve the stories to get you to this place of real peace and
power. I feel like my power's come back.
Yeah. Talk to me about that. In what way? Like, how is that showing up for you?
How to explain it? The word like meek is coming to mind. And
okay, I don't know what the fuck that means. You're gonna have to explain it to me.
Meek is like
I'm gonna pretend.
Small and pathetic and
okay, yeah.
Like, which I don't actually think anyone externally would ever have described me as that. Sure. But for context, when I was younger, and I was like before the family violence, I was a loud, mouthy teenager. Like, you couldn't say a fucking thing to me, and I would eat you for fucking breakfast, right?
Yeah.
If anyone was mean to my friends, I'd jump in. If anyone tried to physically hurt my friends, I'd fucking jump in and beat the shit out of them. Like, I was big and brash and loud and pretty fucking mouthy, to be honest. I was a bit of a bratty teenager.
And you grew up in the UK, so
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a really common, like when I lived there for 9 months, like really common female thing to do and be in the UK.
Yeah. And I come from like a big loud family on both sides too. Like, they're very different, but they're both big and loud in their own way. And then this event happened. Basically, my stepfather at the time, in a drunken stupor, strangled me on a family holiday. And there's actually a couple of moments where he has attacked me, and the mouthiness that, like, I'll jump in with a, like, how fucking dare you, fucking bring it on kind of thing. And he will bring it on, though.
Full fight, hey, full fight mode of, like, activated.
But then he brings it on, and it's like, all of that fight that I usually have in my body, gone. Can't lift my arms to even fucking slap him, let alone, like, properly defend myself. Like, can see the opportunity to kick him in the balls, can't move my leg, like, frozen. Like, actually, the first time I've probably felt, like, pure terror. Like, I ain't got this time. And ever since then, it's, like, become unsafe to speak out and speak up. It's become unsafe to stick up for what I believe in. So I've become a massive fencer. I don't have I haven't had opinions on things. I'm just really, like, neutral, and, like, I don't want to vote because I don't want to actually have an opinion about politics. I don't want to do this. I don't want to rock the boat. Like, if I've got feedback for someone, it will be delivered in the most diplomatic way, and it will be probably really long and drawn out because I have to slowly, gently get to the point that I'm trying to make, rather than just going in with, like, actually, this is what I think. So I became much more of a meek, smaller version of myself in that period. Whereas now I feel like the fire and the power's coming back online. I've still got like room to grow further, right?
Oh, babe, we all do. Any fucking person or human that is like, no, we're good, we're complete, we're whole, we're healed, they're fucking lying to you.
100%. And they're fucking a bit stupid, because as soon as you, like, stop healing or stop growing, you best you're stagnant, but you're probably going to start going backwards pretty quickly, right?
1,000%.
But I feel more fucking opinions about things coming online. I feel more compelled to speak into them. I feel more compelled to be less fucking soft and diplomatic. And
I just for the listeners as well, and I'm going to have times like this where I just want to teach and be educational, because I feel like it's really important. And this is something that everything that I speak about through this podcast and through all of my work is going to be through a nervous system and somatic lens. And for yourself, when you were explaining and experiencing that situation with your stepdad, and where your body wanted to fight, and our nervous system goes into this hyper arousal state, and we go, okay, what we need to do in this situation is to fight to keep us safe. But then when our system and our body goes, fuck, this threat is too big, we can't flee, girl, we cannot fight this threat. What you're going to do is we're going to go the complete fucking opposite of this fight, and we're going to go so far down, and we're going to go into what we call, and technically is called hypo-arousal state, which you have potentially heard it, which is our freeze state. So it's where our body completely disconnects, completely shuts off, completely disassociates from the experience that is being had, because that is the way, as our primal body and our instinct is to shut down, and then we are less likely to experience the intense amount of pain that could come from that unsafe and scary experience. So I just really wanted to touch on that part, because and then for us, a lot of the time is when we experience that so often, and like you were saying, like, then when those experiences continue to happen in your life and you experience these hyper, these I need to stop using that word because it is a bit scientific, I guess, but like when you experience these extreme states of down and low and freeze and disconnection and disassociation consistently over and over and over again, like we can get stuck in that state. And it's just really important that I wanted to touch on that, because that's what a lot of us get stuck in. We get stuck in this state, right? And you did as well. And same, like we get stuck in these states of such disconnection, numbness, disassociation, and we walk around and as a result of being in that freeze state, we are disconnected from our body, because when we go from regulation into hyperarousal and down into freeze, like that is biologically our body disconnects from itself, because that's how it prevents the pain. So it's like we go into these really low states and we stay there, and then it shows up in life, and we can't speak our truth. We can't, and not because we don't want to consciously. We're like, fuck, I want to do this, but our body is still in such depletion and such survival mode that we're like, we can't do this. We can't speak into our truth. We don't want to fucking rock the boat. We don't want to.
Too dangerous.
It's too dangerous, because at some point in our life, and usually more than once, that was so unsafe to our systems, where our body and our neural pathways have been wired in that way to be in that state continuously. So again, like I just felt like this was really cool to talk about, because this is a lot of the women that we help, and it's with you, and it was me as well, of, you know, just, I guess, like when I think about the unsilenced woman, it's the woman who was me. It was disconnected, numb. Like I was like, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want with my life. I don't know what I desire. I don't know what my truth is. I don't know. I'm just a nothing. I was like in this autopilot, out of my body, just kind of going and walking through life like, I don't fucking know. And I speak to so many women, like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what to do next. I don't know who I am.
I don't know what my values are.
Yeah, I don't know anything about myself. And it's like, it's sad, but it is because a lot of those times that these experiences in our life have been so intense to us that we just go into this consistent state of downfall and freeze to keep us safe. So and it shows up. It really, really shows up, and exactly like what you're describing, right? Of like, that's what I just had this whole vision of, like, the unsilenced woman is what you're describing, going into the silenced woman coming into the unsilenced woman, and it's bringing ourselves out of this, like, this freeze state and this hyperarousal, this down and this numbness and this just like fucking autopiloting through life and pleasing everyone, and we don't want to rock the boat, and it's okay, and my needs don't matter, and like it can show up in so many different ways. And it's like, how can we fucking break back through that wall, create so much capacity in our nervous system, so much safety, that we can actually come back into our truth, come back into who we are and our desires, what we fucking want and how we want it, and realize that, oh, we can have that and it's okay. We're actually not going to die. Like, our body has genuinely been telling us for this whole time is that we're going to die if we ask for our fucking needs, or we stand up for what we believe in or desire. Like, it is, really big. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that, because that's such a huge, it's such a powerful, reframe from where you were to where you are going.
I think as well, like, it's really important to note, like, spaces like the Unsilenced Woman are such a fucking opportunity for people, because I didn't have that, and this has been a really long journey, a really long, slow, gentle journey of like repairing and rebuilding myself over years. Whereas now there's spaces that exist that can help guide you through that so much quicker. You don't have to wait so fucking long. Like, I wish I was able to have gotten from where I was to where I am in way less time. Hey, way less time.
This much.
Like, I was just doing it all on my own, like trial and error, and like fucking around and finding out and seeing what worked and what didn't. Like, totally. To have a space where it's like distilled and specific, and there is a really clear path from A to B is really fucking cool.
Yeah, totally resonate. And it's like, actually what just came through was what we were speaking about before, of like, I really do believe that at our core, I feel like in our body is where our wisdom and our truth lies, and it's from that disconnection from self and from body and from source, really, that creates this story and this narrative of we don't know who we are, and we don't know what we want, we don't know what we desire, and I really think that at the core of all of us, every human, we know exactly what we want. We know exactly who we are, and we know exactly what we desire, but we have allowed, and for good fucking reason, because it's kept us safe. But
yeah, we're too scared to actually just admit it.
Right, and it's the
say it out loud.
It's just the fear that has actually stopped us from speaking our truth. Like, it's always like, you know, when you engage in something or don't engage in something that you should, it's like, what do you always ask yourself? What are you afraid to feel? What are you afraid to experience? What are you fearful of that's going to happen on the other side? Because that will be your gateway. That's the thing that you're scared of. That's the thing that created this experience in the first place, for you not to step into your truth and know who you are.
And in reality, it's probably a really unrealistic bullshit story in your head anyway, right?
1000%. 1000%.
Probably not going to die or come anywhere near to dying.
No, but it's a survival strategy,
Yeah.
because that's what we used as kids to be able to keep us safe.
And it did keep us alive at that point.
Literally.
But it doesn't serve us anymore.
Literally. And that's, again, like, that's a whole nother point, right? Of like, yeah, it's so easy, and we've been in this conversation of like, fucking fuck the ego, and like ego versus truth, and like it's just what is what, and like, why do you exist, and all the things, and like, yes, and we also get to have so much fucking compassion for this part of us, that these parts, plural, of us that have kept us literally safe.
Yeah.
Because when we're that little, we don't know. You know, we don't have we can't conceptualize anything the way that we can now. So we create these actually really fucking cool and beautiful ways of receiving love and safety.
Pretty fucking impressive as a child.
So impressive.
As well, right?
The coolest thing is, like, they don't consciously know what they're doing.
It's instinctive.
Instinctual stuff. They know, their body knows what they're doing, and that creates that in order to keep them safe. And so we can have this like relationship with it, with our ego, and with these parts of us that, you know, continue to keep us small, continue to keep us disconnected. We also get to have a lot of grace and compassion for them as well. So without them, a lot of the time we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, and we might have made some pretty fucking mega mistakes, eh?
Right. And it's like, when we're little, like, we literally would have died without our caregivers.
Yeah.
Literally would have died without them. So we had to come up and create all these strategies to keep
them on side,
us,
basically, right?
To keep us safe and literally fucking alive. Yeah. Literally alive. And as we get older, they just grow up and form in all different...
And walks all the people pleasing.
all different ways.
The fawning.
All the things. And the fucking not choosing self, not speaking into what it is that you desire, because you don't want to be rejected. Like,
don't even touch on the rejection and the abandonment, eh?
Alright, I'm poking it. I'm fucking poking it, because I want to go there. And because this is a huge part. This is a huge part for everyone. It's a huge part for myself and my journey and what I'm undertaking and moving through. Also, if anyone's actually watching the video of us,
we like a wine.
Instead of just listening, Snoop Dogg has created this wine. This is not a promo video either. I just really, really rate it.
Really fucking like it.
Really rate it. I also really rate Snoop Dogg, so it's the tits if you haven't tried it.
Maybe we'll tag him.
One day, Snoop Dogg is gonna, and I'm saying this, and this is gonna be recorded. One day, I am gonna interview Snoop Dogg, and I know he's getting old and probably doesn't have all that great of time to live. One day, I'm gonna sit on a couch and I'm gonna smoke a big blunt with Snoop Dogg, and we're gonna fucking do a podcast. And I make that promise to myself, and I make it to you. Anyway, I'm manifesting that hard. That is exactly what's going to happen. Might not be for a number of years, but it will come into play.
Imagine how slowly he'll be speaking by then.
Oh,
I'll be like extra epic long version.
It'll be like, well, man, you just need to like slow down a little bit. Oh, I love him. What were we talking about? Just the.
All the strategies we created as children.
And the rejection and the abandonment piece, right? So like this is, and again, I actually just feel, I did a post about this yesterday, and it's like, I feel like for myself, like I'm in this giant fucking initiation into becoming the unsilenced woman. Like, that's what we are here to. We're here to create an archetype of woman, an archetype of women who are unsilenced and expressed. And it has called me forward into the deepest expression, my deepest experience so far. And recently, like, as soon as I decided to birth the unsilenced woman, as soon as this was delivered to me, thank you, it was delivered to me, and that was what I knew was my next phase, my next move, the next community, the next creation. It fucking God threw me in the deep end with every initiation, every experience, every challenge possible, to be like, okay, you want to create a fucking archetype and a community of unsilenced women. How much are you ready to step in the fire? How much are you ready to be that unsilenced fucking woman that you are preaching? And it has been, I feel like, probably the deepest dark night of my soul going through this experience. And I've had a few now, and this has been the most confronting but also the most liberating one. And I genuinely say that from like so deep in my heart, because the woman that I sit here now as, and the things that I have done recently, and who I have stood, who I have decided to step into, and how I decide to make a stand for myself, is not something that I've ever had the courage to experience. And I know that through my whole journey, especially with this work in embodiment, nervous system, and somatic work, like it has been. It's like a ladder, right? This work, I feel like it's been like block by block, by bit, and chipping away, increasing capacity, confronting all these little things. And yes, that has all contributed to getting me to this point of having enough safety in my body to walk this path.
The ultimate boss.
To meet the ultimate motherfucking boss. And I went through this whole process where I was so scared, because I actually realized how much of what I have done in the past was created and motivated by my fucking ego.
Yeah.
How much of me was like, just to preface, like, we're going to get real in these conversations, because this is the reality of the shit that people don't talk about, and that we all face, no matter how fucking deep anyone is in the work. Like, this is real stuff. And yes, you get to come out the other side, but this is the fire that we all need to walk to get there in different ways, and it shows up. But
all the lessons we have to learn, right? To
it's all
become
part
who
of
we
it.
need to be.
It's all fucking part of it. And the reason, and I guess there's almost a part of me here that's trying to justify myself, but I'm still going to speak it, is like, there's a reason that I show up here and I share who I am and I share my journey, is because I want the women on the other side who are in this community and walking into and stepping into the ring with us, not me, with us. It knows that I'm embodied in what I'm fucking saying. And I have been there, and as much as I am not out the other side, I'm not fucking perfect, I haven't figured it all out, I'm still, every single day I wake up and I choose to fucking lean in more to myself and to this world and to where my edges are. And that is all it fucking takes.
Yes, this woman fucking leans in, I can tell you that for nothing. It's been like, what is even the word to describe it? It's been phenomenal to watch you face off with every situation that has occurred over the last few months, and like feel your feelings and lean in and speak up and be willing to be the villain in someone else's story in order to stick up for yourself.
I just got goosebumps.
Right? And not just fucking like avoid and run away. And even when you're in the thick of things, you're questioning whether what you're desiring to do is your truth or is more avoidance. Like, you question everything. You're always leaning in, and it's really fucking impressive.
Thanks, babe. I really received that. It's really big. It's so true, and that's really beautiful to hear. And for me, like, my experience recently I've recently just come out of a experience myself in a retreat that shifted a lot for me, like a lot of, without going way too deep or down a rabbit hole of this, but like really deep into my inner masculine, my inner feminine, my inner woman, my inner man, and really creating like balance and harmony within both of those, because again of the really chaotic environment and life that I've literally lived up until this point, and walking through that fire with some of the deepest work that I've done and coming out the other side has created such conviction and steadiness within my heart that I'm like, I know what I'm here to create. I know what this next phase is, and I'm not afraid to fucking ask for what exactly it is that I desire. And this is the thing, right? Like, and we circle back to what we were talking about before. Like, I've always known what that is. Always known what I desire in a partner. I've always known what I desire within myself, my friendships, my home. Like, I am so clear on what it is. And again, been sitting with this a lot this week of like getting even, like how much more clear can I really get of like, God, what am I asking for? What am I really asking for? What am I here to receive? And how much can I clear my own shit out of the way to fucking receive that? And no, and this is the thing, right? Of this like love and light fucking bullshit thing that literally is, we're confronted with 24/7 is sometimes, you know, we're taught that we just need to sit back and we need to just send love to our pain, and we need to just, you know, ask God for what we want, but without actually being willing to fucking look at ourselves in our own role and what is coming up, and we'll roll that we are fucking playing self-responsibility. And just really allowing ourselves to be the villain in someone else's story.
I want to add to that as well. It, like, just isn't it fucking funny how the more we look at self-responsibility of our own self, I'm going to call it opportunities. Doesn't feel like it at the time, but it's opportunities for anyone who doesn't align with that and doesn't practice that to fucking fall away.
Yeah.
Multiple, right?
Yeah. What does that trigger?
Abandonment.
Yeah.
Rejection.
Yeah, all the things,
sadness,
all the fucking
grief.
things. So that's what we're doing, and that's ultimately what we're doing by silencing our voice, not speaking into what it is that we deserve and desire. We're not afraid. Yes, there's an element of us afraid. Yes, we're afraid to speak up, but we're not afraid to speak up. We're afraid what's going to happen if we speak up. The result of something happening if we say said thing, if we step into said thing or do said thing. That's the bit that I really want people to understand is like, what is the thing that you're actually afraid of getting or not getting on the other side of you stepping into your power, stepping into your truth. And I also feel really cool because this has been a really big part of my journey, and I feel like a lot of women are going to resonate and a lot of people are going to resonate, is that for me, I feel like and again, like no surprise, I really resonate with what you're saying about being quite outspoken, quite loud, quite like really fucking extroverted and in your face and there and like, yes, and I've been able to do that, but it's come from a fucking place of intimidation. It's come from a place of fear.
Yeah, if I'm loud and I fight first and I attack, then they can't hurt me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hasn't come from a place of like, you know, being so steady and convicted and solid within self that it's like, this is not
true power.
That's not fucking exactly. Yeah. That is not true power.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to speak into that a little bit more.
I want to as well just say, you've mentioned about being extroverted, like we're both quite clearly extroverted for a good fucking 15 years. I actually thought I was an introvert. Turns out I just had really bad anxiety.
Yes!
I'm such a fucking extrovert.
No, we're so introverted. It's like, no. Also,
just
like,
really fucking anxious and don't want to do anything that gets me abandoned.
Is that even a thing? Is extroverted and introverted even a thing? Like, I don't know the answer, by the way. I'm like...
Is it just something we've accepted?
I'm actually going to go and, like, research that and, like, figure that out. And it's, like, for my own. Because I'm fucking curious. Because so many of us go down this road, like I'm just extra, or then it's the identity thing. I'm just extroverted. I'm a people pleaser. I'm this. I'm that. I'm introverted. I'm quiet. I'm stuff. Are you?
Maybe it's not fixed. Maybe you can flow from one to the other at different times in your life.
What is actually just who you are, and what is a fucking conditioned version of what you think you need to be?
I do think that for me, I'm more of my true self now than I have been like ever, to be honest. Even I think like apart from like maybe when I was a really little kid, and I feel when I'm with the right people who are aligned with who I am as a person, what I stand for, my values, etc., I come away from those experiences so energized and fulfilled. I don't get this experience of being like drained by being around too many people and stuff. When I thought I was an introvert, I was absolutely not my true self. I was not in my power. I was scared. I was constantly scared. So I think extroversion feels more true for me now.
Yeah, and just from a place of like what I'm feeling from you is like just from a place of truth. Like that's just who you are. And it's just like allowing ourselves again, like, and another thing that is really like Unsilenced Woman vibes is like, how much can we just allow ourselves to be every version that we are?
Right.
Like every fucking version. Like,
because I'm sure it's going to change again.
And it might change in 5 fucking minutes. And that's the most beautiful part about being a woman and about being here on this earth, right? And experiencing this experience is like, a lot of us, you know, we might do really well with certain expressions, I'm going to call it. Some of us might be really okay with intensity and power. Some of us might be really okay with softness and quiet and sadness. Some of us might be just really silly and funny and just kind of, you know, there's that. But then there's like, that might be a deflection. This might be, like, there's all different ways and reasons that can come up. But to even simplify it even more is like, how much can we just allow ourselves to be in whatever expression it is in that fucking moment? Without trying to put a story to it, without trying to say that it's right or it's wrong, or we should be this at this time, we should be that at that time. Like, you're allowed to be all of those 700 times a day if that is true for you.
I'm literally just thinking about us today. How different versions we've been already today. Like, what was I like when I woke up this morning? Tired and grumpy and probably felt more introverted and didn't want to be out in the world. Got to the gym, pure fucking silliness and playfulness and just fucking mucking around, right? Here it's like bringing the fire and the power.
And
like,
depth.
So
it's like, and it's this beautiful dance of like, and that's the sign of like having a fucking healthy body and a healthy nervous system. When we can do this, accessing it all, and from a place of like truth, not reaction. That's the other part, right? Of like, how much can we just allow ourselves to be whoever the fuck we are in every moment, regardless of how we think other people are going to perceive us or how we feel like the world is going to perceive us. Like, let's just allow, that's really like such, this is so beautiful to speak into because it makes me really anchor into what it is, and the thing that the change that I want to see in the world is like, how much can we just allow space and create enough safety, help reframe, support women and empower women to create enough safety within themselves in order to be able to be in all forms of expression, no matter what that is. And I know for me, like, people say to me all the time, and I used to almost have some shame around this, that I could be so many different versions. And I know that people say this to me of like, and sometimes people don't know how to be with me. Sometimes people don't know how to handle me, because I can, from one minute, I can be, and this is, I just want to say that this is only starting very recently to become much more integrated. It came from an unhealthy place, but I can be really fucking silly and goofy and like dumb and like 1 second, and then within fucking 10 minutes, sometimes then I can be really fucking soft and gentle and quiet. And then something fucking happens. Then I can be loud and powerful and intense and passionate, all within a space of not very long, and not from a place of, again, like reactivity, but just from a place of like, I'm in this wave, and I'm just going to fucking ride it, and I'm just going to honor myself in every moment. And the thing that stops us, I feel, from actually being able to land in and express where we are is like, we're just fucking scared what other people are going to think. How are we going to be perceived in this moment? What are people going to think if we go from fucking silly and crazy and funny to like soft and quiet to intense and powerful and like, I'm fucking going to rule the world and like, I'm going to fuck world in the bum. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how people like can't fucking...
That's the theme of today, fucking in the bum.
Fucking in the bum. It's been a real thing. It's because I'm almost in my fucking horny bleed era.
I feel like I've
Also,
actually...
we love bum. But like...
I feel like there's actually a piece in here for us as well today.
Okay,
like,
yeah, hit me.
Being like real and raw and like we aren't fucking perfect and we haven't got it all fucking sorted. I just notice how when you are riding all the waves of who you are, we keep being like, oh, it's your chaos. Actually, maybe we get to fucking reframe that. It's not fucking chaos. It's you and your fucking flow.
Yeah.
Let's love on it instead.
Yeah, and it's the come from. Like, it's the fucking come from. Sometimes, yeah, right? So, yes, and this is where it gets kind of a little bit more nuanced, is like, on the surface, it can look...
chaotic.
The same. And it can look chaotic. And, yes. And then sometimes it's like, what is the actual undercurrent and where is this fucking coming from? And the only people... who know the answer to that is ourselves. So, like, is this coming from a place of, like, this is my true, my truth and my authentic expression right now? Or is this coming from a place of my pattern? Is this coming from dysregulation? Is this coming from this need to be so up and down? And again, and this is, it just really comes down to the come from and not being reactive in these situations, because so many of us are... just so easily triggered and reactive in situations that isn't actually our truest form of expression. And that, I think, is the biggest come from. The only way we adapt and really anchor into our truest form of expression is when we're connected to our body. Yeah. And when we're connected to our body,
we listen to ourselves.
And we're listening, we know. So no matter how that shows up, and this is the most beautiful part, is like, if that shows up externally, people are going to feel that. People will know in their body. Your body is talking to their body without even words. And it's like, if you're coming from a place that is chaotic, if you're coming from a place of deflection and up and down and dysregulation and all the things, unembodied, the person on the receiving end of that, first and foremost, your body, but the other person's body is going to feel that. If you're coming from
get the ick.
Yeah. Get the ick. Oh, that's a whole another podcast episode. But like, if your body is genuinely coming from a place of like authentic and just real expression, then that other person's body is gonna feel that, and they are gonna know that. And not that matters, because fuck what they think, but just for our own, peace of mind and understanding and to be able to help is like, that's it.
Right.
It's the come from. It is, everything is always about the come from. Everything.
Yeah. And being in tune enough with your own body to actually like hear and understand what that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is a whole journey. And there's so many ways and so many topics we could even talk about within that, but again,
we've got to save some for some other podcasts,
right?
Right?
We could just sit here for 4 hours and probably talk about it.
Yeah, right.
1,000%.
And here we were wondering if we'd have enough to waffle on about beforehand.
I could talk for
days,
and it's so interesting. Like, within just a little bit of like a personal insight is like, I literally was sitting with last night, like I was going through my study, and I was like, I feel like I'm in this, I'm like, I can't remember anything. I can't remember anything. I don't know how to start. And these are stories. These are just things that I've created in my head to keep me small, to keep me safe, to keep me in. And I'm like, I don't know enough. This is imposter syndrome.
What right do I have to be here?
What right do I have to be here and talk into this stuff? Like, what do I know? Like, when really, like, I've lived a fucking life and experience and a story, and I have been and continue to put myself in so many fucking spaces
Yeah.
that I'm learning from like a practitioner and a facilitator lens, but also within myself. And it's look, you know
have
who
to
I
journey
am.
through your own shit to learn that stuff, right?
100%, but always trusting that our body is absorbing what we need to in the moment and not getting so caught up, which I know is easier said
in
than
the
done.
perfection of it all.
Yes, and getting so caught up in our head of like, are we remembering this? What's going on here? And trying to piece it all together to gain control and ease. So that's my thing as well. Like, it's been huge.
We need to be able to predict every single fucking outcome.
Yes.
When in actual fact, we can predict none of them.
It's actually, the last little point that I want to make, which I feel like was really interesting, was I was speaking to a girlfriend last night and we were bringing up this pattern around being, craving control. So craving the predictability. And I was like, I resonate with this so much because like craving the predictability, because throughout my life, unpredictability, walking on eggshells, not knowing the outcome was genuinely really fucking unsafe for my physical body. Like a lot of abuse, a lot of things that are transpired and transformed in my world was like, for me, it was like, if I can predict the outcome, if I can control the outcome, if I know what's going to happen, if I can piece it all together, if I can make sense of everything, then I'm going to be safe.
Yeah.
So then I have this pattern of wanting to control and not be able to sit with uncertainty.
Yeah.
And then,
which you've been forced to lately.
Oh my god, to another level, which has been fucking amazing and really transformative.
I'm really uncomfortable.
And then, but the cool thing about this was like, and she said to me, I actually also continuously put myself in situations that feel unpredictable. And I was like, how fucking interesting of our psyche to be like, we are unconsciously, we're wanting this control.
Yeah.
Or like almost even consciously, we're like, we want this control because we know that's our safety mechanism, that's our protective mechanism, that keeps us safe, we know what the outcome is. But because we've been in that environment so often and for so long, that the initial environment was unpredictable, it was unsafe.
Yeah, that was their normal.
So it becomes your fucking normal. It becomes what you are literally wired for. So your body is like, we, as much as consciously we're like, this makes no sense, we don't want to be in this chaotic, unpredictable fucking environment.
Cortisol and adrenaline.
Your body is like, we love this shit because this is what we know as fucking normal.
Yeah.
And it is crazy that is just the way that it shows up in our life. And humans just continue to fascinate me in every which fucking way, because like, it just, as much as I'm like, what the fuck sometimes, so much of that I'm like, whoa man, like, we're such smart, wild ride, and we're such smart creatures. Like we just don't give ourselves enough credit for what we do. And I just think, like, you know, if we can just reframe, if there's one thing that I want to, like, you know, kind of drop in here is like how much, and this is not coming from a place of like, just fucking bypass what you're feeling and just fucking send love to your pain and posy vibes only. Like, no, that's not what we're fucking saying here at all, by the way. Not at all. Like,
feel your darkness
fucking
first,
close.
right?
So if there's one message and one thing that I can really pass on to you is like, how much can you just be with the fucking curiosity of life? And again, that's where that positive vibes thing came from, of like, we're not just like, ooh, let's just fucking positive vibes everything and be curious. Sometimes things are fucking shit. Sometimes we need to feel things. Sometimes we need to be angry about shit. Sometimes we need to be pissed off at the people that hurt us and all of the things.
Yeah.
But continuously bring yourself back into a place of fucking curiosity, because what I want to say to you last is like, none of us know. None of us have it all figured out. None of us know really what the fuck we're doing here.
Right.
As much as like in each part of my journey, I get fucking closer and closer to the truth. And I have moments where I'm so fucking clear and I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm here to create. This is who I am. When you really allow yourself to connect to yourself, connect to source, connect to the world and the universe around you, you realize how much we don't fucking know. Like, we don't know fucking shit. And like, how cool is that? How cool is that we live in a world that is so nuance, so big, so fucking
We're just a little speck.
unimaginable. Like, what a cool experience that we get to allow ourselves to be in this. So continue to be with fucking life, continue to be with yourself, and know that it always isn't so fucking serious. Like, sometimes, yes, sometimes we gotta lean in, sometimes we gotta do the work, sometimes we gotta get fucking real and serious with ourselves and the people around us in the world, but sometimes it's also not that fucking serious, so just have some fucking fun with it. Because we're only here for a short time.
Even when it is serious, you still get to fucking crack a joke and have a giggle about it, right?
It's okay. You're not fucking broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't need fixing. Like, it is a continuous journey, and in this world, I think the last thing that I want to say is, like, in this world, we are so surrounded by so many perfect fucking Instagram profiles and perfect business and perfect this and perfect that, you know, perfect in fucking quotation marks, because that's what doesn't exist, but that's what we perceive. So it is fucking, there is shame that's a whole nother thing. Like, there is shame that we hold around that. There is like this perception that there's something fucking inherently wrong with us, and exactly this is the reason why we need community and why we need to be surrounded by people who are on the same page as us and are in us in the depth in this fucking journey. And the more real and the more raw and the more fucking honest that we can be with ourselves, with you, with the community, with everyone around us, the better off the fucking world is.
Yes, we want people to walk our path with that go, I haven't got it all fucking sorted out, but I've tried this and I've tried that, and like, maybe we can hold hands.
Literally.
Right? Rather than being
like,
I'm the master, I will show you.
I know fucking everything.
Nah,
you don't know anything. Ain't no fucking gurus out there, babe, alright?
Hey,
nobody has it all fucking figured out. Oh, anyway, my loves. Alright, we'll cut it there. Any final words, Jazz? Anything that you feel like sharing with our beautiful humans on the other side that are potentially listening to this?
I think the one thing I want people to always keep in mind is that life is wild, right? And sometimes it feels really fucked up, and we do have serious shit to get through and process, but always know that there is a way through. There is something that can help you. There is someone that can help you, and actually, you got yourself too. Like, back yourself. Yeah, there's always a way through.
There's always light at the end of the tunnel, if you want it to be.
Yeah, you get to choose.
Find your humans. I think that's always...
That's the next episode, right?
Oh!
Aligned community.
Aligned community. Find your humans. Alright, that's it. Tune in next week. We are talking about find your humans. Alright, my loves, thank you for tuning in, giving us the time and space and listening to all of the shenanigans and things that we have to continuously share. There is much more of this to come, and stay true, stay fucking powerful, stay sovereign. We love you lots, and we'll see you soon.